All right. So, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. All right. So, I am going to teach today on a particular passage in the Bible, and it's I'm giving this to you just raw. I'm not preparing for it. I'm not like getting myself ready for it. I'm not practicing it. I'm just giving it to you kind of raw. So please forgive me if it comes off like that, raw. So yeah, I'm just going to teach on a particular passage that I was reading last night. So I had finished Revelations or whatever, and so I was like, man, Lord, where do you want me to go next? So he sent me to James, which James I like. I've read it once and maybe a couple of things in it, so it was great to kind of go back to it and read it again. And so I was reading James 2, 14 through 24, and it was basically faith and deeds. So this is all about faith and works, faith and works, faith and works. That's what this video is about. So I'm just going to read the passage and then I'll get right into it. All right, so it says, what good is it? This is James 2, 14 through 24. What good is it, my brothers, if a man claims to have faith but has no deeds? Can such faith save him? Suppose a brother or sister is without clothes and daily food. If one of you says to him, go, I wish you well, keep warm and well fed, but does nothing about his physical needs, what good is it? In the same way, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. But someone will say, you have faith, I have deeds. Show me your faith without deeds, and I will show you my faith by what I do. You believe that there is one God. Good, even the demons believe that and shudder. You foolish man, do you want evidence that faith without deeds is useless? Was not our ancestor Abraham considered righteous for what he did when he offered his son Isaac on the altar? You see that his faith and his actions were working together, and his faith was made complete by what he did. And the scripture was fulfilled that says, Abraham believed God, and it was credited to him as righteousness, and he was called God's friend. You see that a person is justified by what he does, not by faith alone. So I know this is a lot. There's a lot. I read a lot. If you have a Bible, you might want to grab it right now just so that you can kind of follow along. So I know it's a lot. There's a lot in here, but it really is saying one thing, right? Faith without works is dead, pretty much. And so what I'm going to do is just kind of break it down a little bit so that it's digestible and as best as I can. Because let me tell you, I'm not a teacher. I am literally just walking in obedience. And I guess practice makes perfect. So I'm practicing right now. All right. So what good is it, my brothers, if a man claims to have faith but has no deeds or has no works? Can such faith save him? Okay. So essentially what he's saying is faith without works, without actions, is not going to save you. Faith and actions is essentially going to save you. Faith and doing. You cannot just say, I have faith in God, but then everything that you do doesn't align with that. So I guess you can kind of look at this too as it's just being in alignment with God, right? So having faith and acting like you have faith, walking like you have faith, and not just saying, I have faith, right? And so suppose a brother or sister is without clothes and daily food. If one of you says to him, go, I wish you well, keep warm and well fed, but does nothing about his physical needs, what good is it? What good is it? If you see someone that's in need and you say, hey, go and get your needs met, and you see the need and you don't try to do anything about it or help with the need, what good is that, right? And in the same way, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, it is dead. So I want to try to give like the best examples that I can give in terms of faith without deeds or faith without works, right? So let's say God tells you, hey, I have a car for you, a brand new, spanking new car. It is black. It's beautiful. It is just what you want. It has, it has all that you need. I'm not going to tell you what brand it is yet. Now, God knows this particular make and model of a car is like awesome, like bigger than what your mind can think of, right? And he's like, I got this for you, but I need you to trust me that I'm going to bring it to you. And you're like, okay, Lord, I trust you. I know you'll bring it to me. Yep, I'm walking by faith, not by sight. And God says he's going to bring me this car, and I don't know what kind it is, but he says it's black, and it is the best car that I could ever have. Boom, right? So, you understand that. He's told you that. And then you repeat it back, and you confess it. Boom. And then here comes the next day after God's told you that, and you see this brand new, white, let's say God has for you like a black BMW X5, right? But you don't know it's a BMW X5. You just know it's a black brand new car. You don't know it's a truck or anything like that. And then you see this white Kia on sale. Now, and at this time, you need a car. You want a car. You have a car. It's not the best car in the world, right? It's getting you from point A to point B. It's doing its job. But you're like, man, I want a new car. I want a better, a better car, newer car or whatever, right? And then God told you this, and you say you believe him, and you have faith in him, and you trust him, and then you turn around and you see this brand new white Kia they have on sale. It's a 2017, right? And they're going to give it to you for no money down, no credit check, and your monthly payment is going to be $150 a month. All right, that's a lick. It's a lick, right? So you like, what? Why? I'm just gonna go get this car. I mean, it's a good car. It's brand new. It's 2017. And then in the back of your mind, in the background, God's like, I told you I had a black car for you. He's not gonna yell it to you, right? He's like, the black car I got for you. Don't forget I told you that. And he told you that, but you're like, man, this is a good deal. I'm going to go get this car. So you go and you start checking out this car. You go to the dealership. You go look at it. You test drive it, this and that. And you got the nerve to say you walking by faith and not by sight. And God is like, I could have sworn I told you I had this car for you. And you don't even know what kind of car it is, but you're so busy trying to brush your head. You're so busy wanting what you want and wanting it right now that you are dismissing everything that God told you. Well, ask yourself, is that faith and works? No, that's showing that you have no faith in God. Because you're going off to a plan B, or you're going off to what you want. And God said, I have a black car for you. It's really nice. It's really good. It's everything that you need. And I know, God knows, speaking like I'm God and figures as an example, but God knows, like, there's going to be a brutal winter coming up. I want you in style. I want to make sure that you got a car that's going to get you through this brutal winter, get you through this treacherous snow that's coming up in the winters to come. This car is going to be nice. You won't have to worry about it breaking down on you. You won't have to worry about, constant maintenance. Your maintenance will be once every 5 years or something like that, extended periods of maintenance and stuff like that. And so, this is perfect for you. But you are like, I know you told me that, and I trust you, but you know what? In the meantime, I'm going to just go get this Kia because it's on sale right now. And then if you got a car for me, then give it to me when you're ready, But in the meantime, I'm going to get this car because it's brand new. That is no faith. Faith without works is dead, and it might as well just be no faith, right? It might as well just be you not walking by faith. So again, faith without works is dead. And no faith is dead. So you're not in a good position one way or another. And it's one thing to say, I trust God, I'm walking by faith and not by sight. It's almost like people turn that saying into like a cliche, like walking by faith, not by sight. I'm walking by faith, not by sight. My mom always said, walk by faith, not by sight. God says, walk by faith, not by sight, right? Yeah, but yet you are literally like walking your own path. You're not walking by faith at all. You say it, but you're not doing anything. Your actions don't prove that you are walking by faith. Your actions don't prove that you are walking in line with what God told you he has planned for you, or his will, right, for your life, right? So so that's just kind of an example. I mean, you can look at this in different ways. If God says, you know what, I want you to be celibate, I have a husband for you, I have a wife for you, right? And you're like, okay, I believe that, I trust that, I believe you, Lord, but you know what, I'm just gonna go date this guy, or I'm just gonna go date this girl. I'm just gonna date for now. You know, God said he had a spouse for me, but in the meantime, I'm just gonna date and have fun, you know, until he sends me the person that he got for me, right? And God like, no, fam, that's not how this works. That is not how this works. I said I had a spouse for you. That didn't mean go out there and just date anybody else in the meantime and have fun with other people when I'm telling you I got somebody for you. You know, if you trust that I have somebody for you, you might walk differently. You might, you know what, take a step back and say, you know what, I'm not going to date anybody, because if he got somebody for me, then I want that person. I'm not even, it's no point me even wasting my time with these other people because he has somebody for me. So let me just stay focused, you know, mind my business, do what I got to do. You know, I'm not going to date. I'm not going to, you know, go have sex with anybody to kind of please my flesh or anything like that. I'm just going to chill because God got somebody for me. And I don't know who this person is, but if God got this person for me, they must be amazing, right? They must be like perfect for me. That's walking by faith, you know, and not by sight. But you saying, well, you know, I'm just going to go and just date for, you know, just have fun, you know, until God sends me my husband. You are, or my wife. You are not walking by faith. Your faith is without works and it is dead, period. Okay. So I'm just going to go to verse 18, and it says, but someone will say, you have faith, I have deeds. Show me your faith without deeds, and I will show you my faith by what I do. So essentially, he's saying what I'm saying right now is you know, show me your faith without works. Show me where that gets you. Show me how far you get with faith without works, and I'll show you what my faith with my actions, I'll show you what that's going to get me. Like you'll see a difference in my life versus your life. You know, you're saying you have faith and no deeds, and you don't need deeds. And I'm saying, let me show you my faith by my actions, right? I'm going to walk in line with this. I know God told me he got this car for me, so I'm going to work with the car that I got for now. You know what I mean? And I'm going to wait for the best thing that God has for me, the best car that God has for me. And he said it's a black car, and this car that's on sale is white. That don't go along with what I said, what I wanted, you know, what God has for me, you know. It's just like you know how like a salesperson will say the customer doesn't really, or you know, if you're in customer service, the customer a lot of times don't really know what they want. So it's like me, I don't really know what I want. I know what I think I want, right? But God knows like what's best. So me walking by faith and my actions falling in line with that, I'm like, no, I'm not getting that car. I'm not, you know, because what'll happen is there'll be a lot of different cars that'll pop up in my face. A lot of different options, right? And here I am. And if I don't pay attention and wait for God, I'll take any of these other options, and they are not what God has called for me to have, right? So me walking by faith, not by sight, but also walking in faith, and my actions is aligned with that, is I'm not going to get that car. Yeah, that's a nice car for somebody, but God said he had this amazing black car for me, and I'm just going to wait for that. I'd rather wait for that. So I'll just stick it out with this little car that I have. It'll get me from point A to point B, and then when God is ready, he'll walk that car right into my pathway. You know, I'm not going to go looking for anything. I'm going to be still and let him show it to me, bring it to me, right? And you'll know what it is. Or for example, with the spouse, I'm not going to date. I mean, like for me, I've been celibate for 2 years, and I have no problem